Hey, what's up, y'all? It's D. I'm about to react to this vid by Jamari. I haven't reacted to him in a bit. This vid is titled Bobbi Althoff Lost Everything. Oh, Jesus. She's still around? What does she have left to lose? I thought she lost her podcast and whatnot already. But sure, we're gonna see what's going on with her. Let's watch.
It's been a couple of months since we last caught up with Bobbi Althoff, and the last time we did, it looked like she had successfully pulled off the pump fake, at first acting as though she would be quitting the internet forever, while admitting to her haters that she had completely fallen off.
As you guys know, this podcast started off just with a girl with a dream to make more money. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did. To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer.
But then it was revealed that this was all a massive ploy to usher in her new podcast called Not This Again, where she and Drake would hop back into bed once again to create massive amounts of cringe.
I don't like the sound of this. What are you singing? I feel like I've heard what you're singing. Can I Shazam this?
No, I just made that up.
Okay.
People also say that I got a BBL, right? They call me BBL Drizzy, so...
Oh, that's true. Did
I don't know if my wagon looked crazy when I walked in here, but...
Now, from the very start, attempting to recreate lightning in a bottle like this did not work. Yes, the interview itself did garner millions of views all these months later, but in terms of the clips going viral, or this launching her new show into a different stratosphere...
Well, obviously, I did not watch the whole thing, but I think I watched a video and they were playing clips. It might have been Jamari Hill.
Really creating any sort of positive buzz for Bobbi online, it really did not work out in their favor, with Bobbi taking the brunt of the scrutiny online, while Drake at the very least came out with some funny moments at her expense.
You're cute. They don't think you look 40 in the face. You know, they think lovely things about you, and I think that you take that immediate reaction and you wear it, you know? You wear it like a romper.
Because the things that did get clipped were really just Drake subtly, or in some cases blatantly frowning on her, calling her a bad parent and essentially saying that she was being passed around the industry.
You think on your daughter's first birthday was a slapper?
12 months old.
No, I'm mistaken. It's not she's not gonna remember the childhood trauma that you caused her until she watches these interviews back, and that
The childhood trauma is crazy.
If you had a superhero name, what would it be? BBC girl.
Oh, okay. That's where we're gonna end. That's crazy. How about you redo that without that?
Sorry.
No.
If you had a superhero name, what would it be? What would it be?
He look like his dad so much.
The world thinks that you just...
I'm a whore?
No.
That's definitely what
No, they
people
just think
say.
that you magnetically attract the biggest anacondas on planet Earth.
Overall, I do feel like this podcast was a tough watch for anyone with an IQ level above room temperature. And my immediate thought after seeing all this different promo was that Drake now owned Bobbi's likeness in some sort of way. Because not only did he essentially launch her into the mainstream a couple of years back, but it was clear to me that he was now making a conscious effort to try and revive her from the ashes of irrelevance.
I'm gonna take my shoes off.
Oh, wow.
It's not comfortable. I didn't say my shirt.
Wow, we're gonna get right into it, huh?
You act like I said my shirt.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I didn't know if you want the people to know how comfy we get.
But now in the 5 months since the humiliation ritual, Hawk Tua 2.0 has had nearly nothing going on. Yes, she did do an interview with Kevin Durant 2 months after that did do decently, but much like with Drake, I think it was more about the fact that Kevin rarely does interviews, and so naturally his massive amount of fans were inclined to watch.
Would you date someone with kids?
How many kids are we talking?
Like 6.
Hell no.
6 is crazy.
And honestly, if
Right.
anything, I think that this was really just KD doing a solid for his longtime friend, who I truly think does have a vested business interest in the industry plant herself.
Welcome to a much more refined, poised, and pleasant.
Pleasant? I don't know about that.
I know, I
I think that
don't.
was just a word here.
I'm trying to get you brand deals.
Now, when we further dissect the wilting of this plant, you may notice that she is only posting at a pace of around 1 podcast every 2 months with her new show. And I must say, to her credit, she really did try and drop the dry, rude, sarcastic vibe, and has attempted to be more open and less confrontational with her guest.
I've only been to 1 concert.
They never just barked and said, "Come on, Bobbi.
It was 1 time. No, he didn't.
Come on, little Bobbi."
But overall, she is still incredibly boring and poorly researched. It's like she really brings nothing new to the table. And even worse, she has seemingly teamed up with the likes of Logan Paul to be sponsored by Pisswater Prime.
I am not comfortable because I drink Prime. Yeah.
And that kind of combination is kind of like diarrhea sponsoring an EDM festival porta potty. Now that's some nasty shit. Now regardless of her only releasing 5 episodes, with 2 of them now being deleted due to poor performance, she is already moving on to the next season of her newfound show. And in the announcement trailer, she is becoming painfully self-aware.
My first marriage fell apart. Everybody thinks I'm a bad person because I missed my daughter's first birthday. And I don't even know if me and Drake are still friends.
That feels very specific. Do you remember how well I was doing 2 years ago?
You were huge,
The whole
Yeah.
way.
and now you feel irrelevant.
I am.
obsolete,
Yeah.
unpopular.
So this little skit is essentially Bobbi addressing the elephant in the room in the most sarcastic way possible, spelling out each and every so-called hate comment that she has received since her popularity online began to unfold.
Do you want to know what I did last night?
Yes.
I watched a 45-minute video on YouTube about my fall off. Studying Bobbi Althoff's fall off. Guess what it was called?
People love to see a train wreck.
In my old videos, I would play this character, this girl who was unlikable, who was a bitch, didn't research anyone she interviewed. Fast forward, and I read all those comments, and I'm like, I'm not going to be a bitch anymore. I'm going to try to be likable. And now my videos went from getting millions of views to nothing. No one watches what I do anymore.
No one watches them anymore.
So clearly Bobbi is a fan of the work of this channel. In all seriousness though, this is pretty much Bobbi explicitly stating that she will be going back to biting the deadpan, funny Marco style that made her go viral in the first place.
What do I do?
Well, do you think going back to this old character, this persona, would help you?
Yeah, it would help me.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Why do you tell me, okay? It made me more money, right? It made me
But
more.
it's not just about the money, it's
It
about
is
the
about
craft,
money.
it's about the love.
Everything
of the
is about money.
About the interview. No one gives a flying fuck about nice Bobbi. She's sold out, now she's back. And better than ever, and bitchier than ever.
So I go back to the character.
Great work today.
I need to watch The Office again. Oh,
Okay,
I
I'm
love
gonna fucking do
him.
that. I'm gonna do it. And if I don't make money, then you don't get paid. So.
And while Bobbi may act like she's in on the entire joke, or like she does not care what people online have to say about her, she has left this very long trail of breadcrumbs that suggest otherwise. In fact, she removed that trailer from YouTube after it got only around 10,000 views in a couple of days, likely due to the poor performance. And I say that because she has admitted to doing this in the past, as she really thinks that she has to remove any sign of failure from her life.
Because I was putting out 10, 15, 20 videos a day, getting no.
That's not smart to do because the YouTube algorithm is interesting. Sometimes you'll put up a video and it's not doing well, but then just randomly it starts taking off and just getting hella views. That's happened to me multiple times. So my low performing videos, I just leave them there. I leave them alone. It's not like, oh, let me delete this because look, it's not getting enough views. I don't want my page to look bad. Like, y'all are doing too much. You're worried about the wrong things. Just worried about making videos that you enjoy. If you feel good about them, then just leave them up. Like, clearly you felt good about them. Oh, is this Batman?
Views.
Is that Christian Bale? I don't think so.
Her life.
Because I was putting out 10, 15, 20 videos a day, getting no views.
That is not. That is not the Psycho Man and the Batman Man. That's not Christian Bale. My bad. He kind of like him right from the side a little bit. Anyway, yeah. So that's not a good business tactic at all. So anybody out there, if you want to start YouTube, don't ever delete videos because they're not performing well. So fucking what? Like, just do it for the love of the craft, okay? A. And B, it's very common. Well, I don't say very common, but it happens. It's common-ish for you to put up a video. It doesn't initially do well, but then weeks later, months later, hell, sometimes even years later, I've seen videos that just start randomly blowing up and start getting hella views, like hundreds of thousands, even sometimes millions of views, just out of nowhere. So I don't know what that's about, but the YouTube algorithm is weird. They'll just start pushing your video randomly, and then if enough people start watching it, they watch it long enough, then they'll keep pushing it a lot, and then it'll just blow up. So yeah, in short, that's not smart to do.
Views. And I thought it was so cringe, but I was like, well, whatever. I would delete them, of course, after a day because I don't want to leave a history of me failing.
And I sat through this hour-long interview that she did only around 11 months ago when things were going significantly better for her. And out of the entire hour, around 40 minutes of it was dedicated to her discussing her haters online, especially in regards to comment sections and how much they break her down on a daily basis.
On my face.
And what's way more common is that, and this happened to a lot of my videos actually on my second channel, Shanell TV, and it happens over here sometimes, where a video wasn't performing well for a couple days, and YouTube basically told me that, oh, this is one of your lower performing videos, because they'll give you, the analytics and be like, this video ain't doing well, and I'm just like, all right, I'll just take it for what it is, and then I'll randomly check back a couple days later, and it's like, oh, this is one of your best performing videos, and I'm like, what the fuck, what happened? So, not smart.
It's really bad because I get bad filler and people all have something to say about it. Like, fuck.
I'm saying that's more common than what I previously said as far as like weeks and months going by. I think that's a little bit less common, but it's way more common for it to do better after some days. So that's what I mean for clarification.
Cute.
You kind of block it out. You don't read it, or you do read it. And
I
just,
mean, I heavily filter my
I'm
own
thinking that was
comments.
Christian
Really?
Bradshaw.
Oh yeah, you can't say ugly. You can't say. You should
Oh,
see
you
my
just put it in
filters.
words.
My comment filters are like ugly, Botox filler.
Now, rule number one for anyone trying to do anything on the internet is to know when to let the comment section go.
Yeah,
You know, I for one really love to read the comment section on most of my videos. Even when my viewers are crushing me for something I've done wrong throughout this 7-year career I found myself in, which has obviously happened many times, it's like at least I know you guys are being real with me. Bobbi, on the other hand, has completely fallen victim to the internet abyss, where she has been eaten alive by random people online.
She was one. She's not gonna remember that. My parents worked on so many of my birthdays, but that is people's biggest critique of me is that I left my daughter on her first birthday. Like, that makes me a bad mom because I interviewed Drake on my daughter's first birthday.
I would interview Drake on my daughter's first birthday and throw a party separately.
I wouldn't tell
Go
nobody
ahead and
that.
judge that. I'm sorry, like,
We knew this in a video that I had made previously about her in the past, that she was not cut out for this life when she was tearing up, voice cracking while talking about it.
What I'm putting out based on what the comments are saying, and sometimes it's just constructive criticism. It can be a little mean, but yeah, it doesn't bother me too much.
But in that same vein, she also admits that her haters are essentially her lifeblood.
My personality is annoying. I'm annoying. Why am I still trying? I'm a horrible mom.
at least they're talking about you.
I honestly, yeah, because when it's too quiet, I'm like, excuse me, where are my haters at? Now I'm falling off.
She also does the delusional thing where she believes that everyone who has something negative to say about her online must be pigeonholed into a certain box. Specifically, she claims that they all must be conservative men, suggesting to comedian Trevor Wallace that all of his fans are essentially cut from this same cloth.
I think I do stuff for both sides. Like, I'll make a video talking shit about guys who drive like Camaros, and then I'll also like make fun of like baristas. So like you can really
Yeah.
appease both. But yeah, my celebrity.
That's crazy. Do you know what I realized?
What?
That your number one fans are my number one haters. I think
military?
that's my.
Get this. Bobbi Althoff does not support the troops.
She also shared this same sentiment during an interview
funny.
with
I like
Penny
him,
Swims,
actually.
that, like I said, has now been deleted.
Those are good hate comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that your haters talk to my haters and get more clever with their mean
Yeah,
things.
what do they say really mean things like that? Just
Mine are evil.
I
Mine are
think-
racist. Very racist. Mine, all of my haters look exactly like each other. They all look the same. They're all in the military.
and
They're
I think
all white.
that's
They're
really the worst
all-
part. As I can imagine, like
They all
just-
love Jesus.
It's actually a quite interesting phenomena to see all the different emotions she has around the people who do not support her, whether it be crying in an interview, or venting to a guest, or in a joking matter like this TikTok voiceover she made.
Welcome to day 4 of becoming the person who I want to be myself 6 months to do. That part of this change that I want to make is not giving any weight to people's opinions who just don't matter, who could only dream of living a life as great as mine. I know who I am. I feel confident in the choices I've made in my life. At the end of the day, it's my life, not yours. The kids are happy because my kids are my whole world. Means I am happy. I'm also working at paying more attention to the people who say nice things. Letting those carry more weight in my life. And thank you to everybody who's been, because there are way more of you than the people who hate. Still, fuck you guys. There's really no reason for that. You do. If hating me makes you hate yourself less, then go ahead.
Oh, and last but not least,
this
the one
so
where she
bad?
is legitimately crying into a cell phone camera about comments online.
Okay, I hate to make a video like this because it's embarrassing, and I know what I'm gonna see this a month from now and be like, why did you post that? And also posting this shows that I care, and I don't. All the comments are about how I'm ran through, and oh, look, another one, or he probably doesn't know how ran through she is, or just mean things. As much as I wish that these comments didn't get to me, it's like, I'm human,
Yeah.
and if you got this many
Don't read it, girl.
negative things said about you every day, it would get to you too. Because I hope if you're one of the people who hate me, maybe you'll watch this and reconsider it.
Like, girl, if you do not put that phone down.
Posting as much because all of my comments are just so mean. People are so mean to me on the internet, and it's like,
But girl, this is the number one rookie mistake. You never feed the trolls. Don't ever tell them that they are getting to you. They're going to come harder. This video is only going to make people want to leave more comments. And even the people who were not leaving hate comments, but they hated you in their head, this is now going to inspire them to leave comments. Like, oh, she's actually looking at the comments and seeing what people are saying. All right, let me leave a comment now. Let me start talking shit. Oh, bitch. You know, so you never, ever feed the trolls.
what? Because when they say I sleep with every guest, and it's like,
But girl, just don't read the comments.
literally, I do not.
Sorry.
But you won't ever believe that. One day my kids are gonna be old enough to read these comments, and it's like,
Why do you guys hate me so much? I don't get it. I don't know what I did to deserve that.
I still will never understand people who are crying, tears in their eyes, and they open up the phone like, hey, let me record myself. It makes no fucking sense. One thing I also found interesting is that she has this stark shift between the character she plays on her podcast and who she believes herself to be in real life. It's almost like acting like this bitchy person on her show has damaged the way she feels about herself internally. This is something that she discussed on this podcast as well.
I'm like snapping into this like blunt, dry personality that I'm trying not to smile or anything. And then the most awkward part ever is when you're done. You stop and you're like, all right, that's a wrap. And then everybody's like, okay, let's be normal now. And like, it's such an awkward thing to do that every single episode is a little bit awkward.
But now, as you saw in the new trailer, she really knows that her only chance to returning to prosperity is to return to making the same type of deadpan content that she became known for back in 2023. This is something she also admits here.
I feel like I got out of character for a minute there for a few episodes. I started to get insecure of the character because of comments, right? Because they're like, oh, that person's rude, she's whatever. But then I realized that's what grew my page. So if I'm editing a podcast and there's like too much of us being normal, I'm like, cut. That can't go in.
But sadly, I do not think that even a return to this bitchy behavior is going to save her career at this point. Because at the end of the day, she, like many we have discussed before, whether it be the Hawk to a Girl or several others in the past, really had no foundation when it came to their fan base. You know, it's like all these people rushed in because her clips were going viral for a moment, and she was with Drake and Lil Yachty and several other online stars. But at some point, the bit does get old. And when everyone has peeked behind the curtain and seen that all the negativity has destroyed someone like this behind the scenes, her specific style no longer works. It's like the fourth wall has been broken, and it's no longer fun for those people who thought that she was genuinely like this.
You ain't got no seasoning, man. You like a plain piece of chicken just on the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
But I want to know what you guys think about the current state.
Oh, that shit was gold. He read the fuck out of her based on the clips that I saw. I need to go and watch that entire video because, listen, the short clips I saw, he was dragging the hell out of her. It was so funny. But yeah, here's the issue. This bit does get old, and this is the problem when people create these personas online based on, you know, a character. It's like, bruh, it's unfortunate that you can't just be yourself. Like, you're not entertaining enough to just be your authentic self, so you have to, you know, create this character. But after a while, some people get tired of a character. You know, sometimes they just want to watch a person and just watch their authentic personality. But when you have to put on a show and then the show is even born itself, and it's like, where do you go from there? So I don't know. Good luck to her. Hopefully she figures it out. Seems like, you know, she is trying to navigate this, so, you know, hopefully it works out for her. That's all I got. Y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye.